Alright, this is the second video showing how to use other valuations methods to get to stock price. Okay, in the first one I showed you the PE ratio and the earnings per share. This one we're going to use the payout ratio. Payout ratio is basically just the percentage of earnings that are paid out in dividends. Okay, so easily calculated, dividend payout ratio is dividends divided by earnings. Further, if you want to look at it on a per share basis, you could say the dividend payout ratio at some period of time is equal to a dividend per share divided by your earnings per share. Okay. So if you want to switch that around to solve for earnings per share, which you'll need to do in the homework assignment, it's the earnings per share at a period of time is your dividends divided by your dividend payout ratio. Okay, let's give an example. Got a company A building smartphone apps. They just paid their dividend of $1. They're expecting that dividend to increase 15% per year due to great growth. Okay, the benchmark PE ratio for their peers is 10, and the payout ratio is 25%, and the required return is 7%. Okay, so what you're going to have to solve is a few different things. The dividends in years 1 and 2, your EPS, earnings per share, in year 2, your price in year 2 for your stock, and your price now. Okay, so your dividend in year 1 is your initial dividend, D0, which was 1, times your 15% increase, right, is $1.15. So your dividend in year 2 is simply that same dividend of 1 times the 15% growth rate squared, because it's 2 periods, right? We're compounding a future value 2 times, and that gives you $1.32. To solve your earnings per share in year 2, you're going to take your dividend in year 2, which we just solved, $1.32, divided by that dividend payout ratio, which is 25%, 0.25, and that gives us an earnings per share of $5.28. Okay. Price of stock in year 2 is basically our benchmark PE times our earnings per share. That was what we talked about in the last video, right? How do you solve that equation? And that's our benchmark is 10. Earnings per share we had just found in the previous problem B, and that gives us 52.8 for our price in year 2. And so our price in year 0, we've done a lot of times, we're just discounting all those cash flows back to year 0. So dividend 1 discounted by 1 plus R, dividend 2, 1 plus R squared, plus that price over 1 plus R squared, right? So we have to discount all of those back, and that's $1.15, $1.32, plus $52.80, all discounted back, and that will give us our price of $48.34.